So after the last episode, I realised I wasn't really happy with Summerset Place anymore, so I decided to give it a bit of a makeover. Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to Summerset MTR here on Minecraft. Now I'm stood here on top of the apology tree with an apology to make. Last episode, we worked on the theatre over here where there's some villagers wandering around. And also I built the boarding house over there, the bunkhouse. Since then, I've been wandering around looking at things and evaluating things. And I came to the conclusion that last episode, I don't think I was at my best, to be honest. I don't think I put quite as much effort in as perhaps I should have. So I apologise for that. But we're going to make up for it today, because I've bumped around the schedule. You may remember last time I said that this episode was going to be all about building tracks. So connecting, or starting to connect, Waterhill Road. Nearly called it Woodbridge then, that's not right at all. Waterhill Road with Reeveton Junction, which is up here. You can sort of see there. Those are the windows. The tracks run east to west underneath. That is still going to happen, but not today. The reason being is today we're going to fix Summerset Place. We're going to get it functioning. We're going to make it nice. The way we're going to do that is by completely rebuilding this entire section here of the town. Now, between episodes, I was wandering around exploring, and I actually spawned a villager in, one of these two guys here, and he wasn't claiming a job block. Now, I know that claiming job blocks does work on this server, because when I came on this morning, every single one of these floors now, there's one, they have butchers in. The smoker, what do you call it, smokehouse. The smoker is working, and each floor now has a butcher. So you have a live-in chef. There's one, and then if I go up, there's one. We do still have other villagers in here that aren't really contributing to anything either, but what we're going to do with those, I don't yet know. So I know that the job blocks work, and as you can see down here by these two, they definitely work. I did also spawn in a load of villagers last night when I was doing some experiments, and these beds here work as well, and to prove it, an iron golem spawned. So everything here is functioning, it is working. Somehow though, the mechanics still aren't quite kicking in, and we've got villagers wandering around not claiming job sites. So I did some experiments, and what I found is, and this is something that I think is actually very well known amongst the Minecraft community, and it's just me being an idiot. You actually need, it's not called a spade, Mark, it's called a shovel. You actually need, for job sites to work, space either side of them. So if I fight my way in here, I'll actually space them apart. And to test that theory, because again, when I came on this morning, there were actually some stone cutters that had been claimed in here, but only like 3. And there were other villagers wandering around. So I removed every other block, and then literally within 10 seconds of doing that, 2 more guys came in and claimed block sites. So it's me. I'm the problem, as Taylor Swift once said. I need to find a way to get these blocks here functional, because still there are villagers wandering around, and I can hear them. That's the worst thing. They taunt me. I can hear them wandering around moaning because they've got nothing to do. But I also don't know how to get them to claim these job sites. Literally, as I say that, they've all buggered off, which is incredibly annoying. But they are around, I promise. So I need to rebuild this area. And this is something that I've had on my list anyway for a while. If I go to my little spreadsheet thing here. I say spreadsheet, it's not a spreadsheet. It is a Google Doc that Mastertran set up for us. We have like building, like dream lists and things like that, wish lists that we want to do. And one of them for me is, oh, Summerset Place bunkhouse can technically be moved to completed now. That's good. There you go. We're making progress. Constantly making progress. But one of the other things that is on here is Summerset Place, the arts and culture hub of Somerset, with theatre, library, art gallery and boutique stores in a place called the Lanes. If anyone's been to Brighton, you'll know what the Lanes is. So I want to build that. I want to turn this part of the town here into a mock-up of the Lanes. I also want to remove these buildings so that the station here looks a little bit nicer, and maybe even start taking the road here and building it in and around Summerset Place. But that's low on the priority list. What's high on the priority list right now is getting the lanes actually set up and functioning. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this seems really counterproductive considering we literally only just established this stuff in the last episode, but I'm going to remove all of these buildings. So let's come over here. Where's... Good. Probably here-ish. We got cows and sheep and stuff here as well, so it would be really cool, and there probably is a mod that does this, if there was a way for villagers to actually like go out and capture animals for you. If there is, I don't know where it is. Right, boom. Goodbye, old Summerset Place. Those villagers have gone back to their original profession, which was absolute diddly squat. I actually like the idea of keeping the well. So I think we will rebuild the well, but we'll do it in a new style. So let's kind of do that first, and then if we do need to place a new bell down, at least we can do that. So let's build it like this. We'll remove these bits here as well. Well. Oh, I killed myself. Right. There we go. And then we'll put fencing. Actually, let's use this type for this. So we're going to go up like this. And then again. Like so. And then we're going to put slabs around. Like that. And that's going to stop people from actually being able to get into the well. Because trust me, they will find a way. And by people, I don't mean human beings. I'm sure you've figured that one out. I mean these morons that walk around. The ones and zeros of the town. There we go. And then we'll do something like this for now. It's pretty basic, but I kind of like that, you know. I think that actually fits the bill quite nicely. And then we'll put some lighting on it somehow. Let's get a fence, because I think, can you attach, I believe you can attach lanterns to bottoms of fences, can't you? Yes, you can. So if I was to do this and then build something coming off of it. Yeah, actually that doesn't quite work how I wanted. Maybe I'll just do that. That should light it up. It's fine. Alrighty. So that's the step 1 done. Step 2, farming. That's the kind of priority for this area really, is to get people farming and therefore busy. Because it also means... That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, Golem. Yeah, I just want people to get busy, really, and actually start using their skills and things like that. So let's take down this building as well. I'm going to leave the one above the station there in the background. That's going to be a signal cabin for the metro line that hasn't yet been built. Or at least not been built properly. It will get built at some point, I'm sure. That line is technically available if anyone wants to come on and make it theirs. It was just built as a demonstration to show that Summerset Place is a connecting station. I like the idea of having farms sort of around the lanes. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. Basically, we're going to go for a cobblestone street effect in and around here. So you walk down from the main road here. These stairs might have to get moved over one, but that's fine. We'll do this, and then we'll go move one forward. There we go. So that people can still step up. Actually, it might need to go forward again. Oop. Idiot. It's always in the direction of travel. There we go. And then we can fill this in. So yeah, Master Trams has designed the road here. The one in that direction. And I'm a big fan of it, so I want to keep that. But obviously here it's a roundabout. It's a one-way system. So things are going to be a little bit tighter. There's also going to be crossings. And it gets a little bit confusing. Actually, looking at it, yeah, if that lane, the right-hand lane there, which would be the direction you're actually going in, comes down here, then there's room for paths on the inside there, which is kind of what we wanted. So that works out quite nicely, doesn't it? But yeah, this area here is going to become the lanes. I've said that about 12 times now, but I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, hello, villager. Yeah, I've got to stop them from wandering off as well, if I can help it. Let me just build this out like so. Just get rid of that one. Keep building it out, keep building it out, keep building it out. Now the lanes is going to be built across multiple different levels, and there may be stores that on one side are at ground level, and on the other side there'll be a floor above, which is also ground level for the street behind. That's kind of what I have in my head. That's not what the one in Brighton is like, but that's what I had in my head for this. So I think it will look pretty cool. Where's set 0? There it is. Boom. All gone. I love the way the villagers panic as well as the ground suddenly changes beneath their feet. Also, in terms of architecture, I like the idea of kind of following what we've done here with Summerset Square. I say we, I mean what Master Trams has done here with Summerset Square, and also with the bunkhouse here as well. So there's going to be a lot of oak, there's going to be a lot of stone and cobble, and is that andesite? That is andesite. And things like that, because I think that would look really, really cool. And one other thing I want to do is actually move this building, try and move this entire building over to the other side of the road, which is easier said than done. Let's see if I can achieve it though. So cut. There we go. And then down here somewhere, paste. Whoops. Yeah, that wasn't the plan. Fly up a little bit. That's still too low. Just up a tiny bit more. There we go. So it's still stuck sort of in the ground a little bit, but you can see how it works. And obviously these guys will now go back in here and hopefully claim the blocks. And actually the villagers that were unemployed here are now going to go, there we go. So they're all now stonecutters, which is awesome. Sweet. Alrighty, so you can kind of see what the plan is here. How we're going to establish things, how we're going to get things working. Hopefully, this all works out and goes to plan. If not, then I guess we'll be doing it again sometime in the future. But we're not going to worry about it too much right now because, you know, we've got other things to be getting on with. I'm just going to place these paths down a little bit more. Set cobblestone. Now, like most of my builds, most of this is going to be sort of improvised as we go along here. So things may be subject to change. Things may even look a little bit different from this episode to next. That's kind of part of the plan though. The reason behind that is, you know, I don't want to keep coming and redoing things on camera all the time. So if I build something and I'm not 100% happy with it, I'll go change it another time. I won't worry about changing it on screen for you guys. We do it once on screen and then that's it. Okay, so that's the first building established and set up. Now I also wanted to build some farms over on this side of the railway, but I feel like that is too far away from everything that's going on over here, and it's certainly too far away from the bunkhouse. However, if we spawn new villagers in, which I think I will be doing after this anyway, that could change things considerably. So I'm not ruling that out just yet. Why has that not got a roof piece there? Strange. Did the lanterns cross over? Yes, they did. Excellent. Good, good. So yeah, we're going to be spawning in a load of new villages afterwards as well to test things out and see what works and what doesn't. This is going to be the area we're going to work with. So the first thing I'm going to do is map out a road layout of how I want things to look here in the lanes. And then we're going to start building. So let's do the roads. Okay. This is a rough layout of the road, which I'm pretty happy with. There's a few things that I might change as we go along, but as a rough guide, I think this is a good place to start. Let me just put that back in. There we go. So, what's going to go where? So we've got this gradual staircase here that comes down. I think is a good place to build definitely something. What, I don't yet know. This is a little back alley that goes to the stonecutter's house. I like the idea of the farms almost being over here in this little plot. I think that could work quite well. And then a big building here, which could be a library or something to that extent. That could also work quite well. Just thinking how big these buildings actually need to be. I think this would be a good place for a library. You can have doors on either side then, and then it can be built over a couple of different floors. The height elevation is something that I think we need to look at a little bit, but it does work here. So if you imagine there's a step down into a building here, and then above, I've also got to be careful not to dig into this, because this, I believe... Oh no, maybe not. Okay, that's slightly better then. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Maybe not. I thought the station was directly beneath me here, but I guess it isn't. I guess, no, actually it's not, because the platform... Yeah, the platform's over there. So as long as we don't go beyond that pathway there, we should be fine. So yeah, we can have a slightly lower down building here with a different building on top with the door either on that side or leading out directly to the road. So that would be cool. And then, yeah, if we start looking through the different professions again. So again, sorry, menu screen. So you've got things like, you know, armourer, butcher, cartographer, cleric, farmer, fisherman, fletcher, leather worker, librarian, stonemason, or just a mason, shepherd, toolsmith, and weaponsmith. So there's a few different buildings around, and that's just the villager interaction buildings. If we look at some of the other buildings as well that we might want around here for players to interact with, there's a few more different options. So it becomes, you know, quite exciting, the possibilities that we have available to us. So let's mindlessly dig this area out as well while we talk about what sort of things we could put in this part of town. So I think the first thing I want to build is the library. I think that's a good place to start. You can almost imagine, you know, citizens of this part of the city, they want to go get a book, and the best place to go get a book is the library. So I think this area here is going to become our library. So if I select that corner there and come all the way over here and stop and do this. There we go. That will become more prevalent in a second as to why I've done that. I think in terms of cobblestone, these stairs here might end up moving a little bit just to make some more space here. So I've had an idea for at least a 2-story, if not a 3-story library. So it very much depends on how well that works. Also, did I just hear more? Is it just these guys constantly opening and closing this door? Because that's incredibly annoying. There are more stonecutters here now, though, than there were before. So that's good. Yeah, sorry. Library. Let's go on and start laying out the foundations for this library. And then we might even put the... in fact, do you know what? I think I'm just going to go build the library. Let's do it. And there we go. One library complete. I think I've filled the block quite nicely. I'll give you the proper tour in just a second, but we'll fly around it first. I do feel like making this pathway here a little bit wider as well, just to set it off a little bit better. Also, because I've made the path wide here too because of this lantern down here, but I have realised that we don't actually have many like decorations and stuff around the buildings. No trees, no grass or anything like that. So I think some of these areas here will become sort of little bits of parkland as well, and not just be full of buildings. So let's give you a tour of the library. Come here to the door, go through the door. So this lower level is as you'd expect. It's all bookcases, bookshelves with some lighting. Oh, I didn't put the trapdoors on these lights. 1 second. Just pretend you haven't seen the upstairs yet. There we go. And I've gone for a spruce oak theme, as you might have seen. As I was flying... Whoops, that's the wrong block. As I was flying around. I think the dark and the light kind of offset each other quite nicely. Plus the cobblestone and the stone. Actually, I don't think there is any cobblestone visible in this building, but the stone bricks for the roof, which I'm a big fan of, actually. I'm really glad. I watched a tutorial the other day on how to build buildings, and that was one of the bits of advice. So I'm really glad that I picked that piece up. So yeah, that's downstairs with all of the bookshelves and things like that. And then upstairs is more of like a social area. So there's a couple of seating areas here. There's this big one here. I'm really tempted to make this window bigger. Maybe even turn it into a bay window so that it looks out across the way there. Because I feel like this might end up being the farmland. As I was building, I was thinking that. And because of that, you'll be able to see out across towards Waterhill Road. And then I've also put the lecterns in here as well, which I hope, when I spawn some villagers soon, will get claimed and used by them. Right. So we can tick off library. What's next? So I'm looking and I'm thinking we should start building some like boutique stores. So one thing the Lanes is known for in Brighton is little boutique places where you can go pick up a watch that you would otherwise be able to buy for 30 quid, but here it costs 300. So I think we should build something a little bit like that. And one of the places I'm thinking of building that sort of thing is over here. And we'll call it Rip-Off Corner or something like that, where we can have loads of little shops. So they're going to be tiny little buildings. It's going to be one big building, sorry, but it's going to be tiny little lots within the building. Each one's going to have its own little shop in and therefore have its own little villager with its own little work block. So first thing to do is going to be map out the building. And the foundations and all that kind of thing. This one I think I will offset from the road slightly. You'll see what I mean by that in a second. And then we can start adding in the different lots and things like that. So let's have a look at materials first before I start building. I'm actually tempted to flip the colours of the library and build this one out of spruce. That could be a good idea. That could be a really good idea. The more I think about that, the more I like it. So we're going to use stripped spruce logs. We're going to use spruce planks. We're going to use... What else have I used over here? We're still going to use the stone. Although we'll probably come back to that bit in a second. I definitely want lanterns because I'm going to have to light things up as I'm going. There we go. And glass. And stairs, actually. So spruce stairs and some glass panes. There we go. Right. Let's get to work. Okay, that's the building done. We've still got to fit it out. I thought I'd do that on camera, and I need to put the trapdoors in there as well to cover the lights. But overall, yeah, another one I'm pretty happy with. If you look at the library there, and then you look at the... so this is going to be the Rock building, Rip-Off Quarter, ROQ, but we're going to call it the Rock, because, you know, euphemisms and all that. They aim to take all your money. That's what the tagline here is going to be. I'm just decorating these doorways a little bit better as well. Oh yeah, that looks better. We'll do the same thing up here. While we're up here, we might as well start looking at what each of these stores is going to sell. So this top one here, it's a double door, so it's kind of an important one. I think this could be a good place for a cartographer, I want to say. I think this could be a good spot where a cartographer could come in and sell their wares. So you imagine if you have one block there, one block there. I don't know, is it? Do we have shelves? We do not have shelves. We could put bookshelves in and make it look like maps, I suppose. Kind of like this, and then kind of like that, I suppose. Maybe even double it. And then we can put some tables on the other side, so that it looks like that's where you fold your map out to actually look at it. So if we did that, we could put another little one there, and then maybe one like so. That kind of works. I kind of like that. Something else I wanted to put in these places as well was carpet. I think a red carpet in here would look well. Look well? You know what I mean. Would look good. So if we did it going up to the door like this, and then also just going down this way like this. That, I think, looks pretty damn good if you ask me. Maybe we do fill these gaps in. Also, that would have been a good spot for a light, but sadly can't place one. Well, we can place one, but it'll be visible from outside, which I don't really want it to be. So, yeah, there we go. First one done. So that's the cartographer. I'm also going to remove the door accidentally. That's annoying. Hang on, one sec. We'll grab the door again. Didn't actually realise that you needed a floor underneath to have the door in, but that kind of makes sense when you think about it, doesn't it? There we are. I was going to put a pathway in, so we need to grab cobblestone. And at some point I will come to fill in this hole as well. Could be good for a subway. We were talking, Master Trams and I, about linking the two stations via a subway. But I think in the end it was decided it's not worth it. It's kind of like Hammersmith. You got to come out to go back in. That sort of design. Right, this second place then. It's a little bit smaller, this one. So I feel like this one's a bit more bespoke. So what's the jeweler equivalent in Minecraft? I think a jeweler equivalent is probably something like a weaponsmith. So I think this would be a good place for a weaponsmith, which would be a grindstone. And we probably only need one in here. So we'll put that there. That works. And then we'll put a counter across. So let's grab stripped oak. Could work. And that will go here. In fact, if we do it like this, and then like that, and then we could get a trapdoor, but I think we'll just leave it open. And then there must be like, I thought there were shelves in this game, or like a tool. Oh no, it was a rack. That's it. It's a drawing rack. Or is that a mod? Is that a mod? Wow, I thought that was a thing. Okay, I guess it's a mod. So let's just, for posterity's sake, we'll build across like this. And then I was going to do another one underneath like that. That kind of looks like shelves, doesn't it? I think that'll work. Also, excuse the high ceilings here. I do like the high ceilings. It really does show off that this is one big building that's been split up into different storefronts. That was the word I was looking for earlier, by the way, storefront. We need to replace this. Oh, God's sake. 1 second. And and there we are. Right, next. Heading down here. So this is kind of the more exclusive area, this bit, because it leads right onto the square here. So if we go into the little one first, and I think the idea of a counter again in here is a good one. So we'll go with something like that. Well, maybe we'll put like birch this time, make it a bit brighter in here. I kind of want to do this. Now, this one, let's have a think. So we've put in a weaponsmith. We've put in a cartographer. Let's use the right word. And we've put in the library over there. So what other sort of exclusive-y things would you expect? A Fletcher? In Minecraft, I'm talking about here, by the way, because obviously in real life, a Fletcher isn't really somewhere that you'd find in something like the lanes. But I think a couple of fletching tables, like so. Just make sure that I'm putting these down properly so that villagers can actually use them. We'll have a couple of those there, and then there must be... I mean, I guess what we could do for this, item frames. If I get some item frames and just stick them on the walls. One there, one there. In fact, we could just do them all the way around. Why not? Like this, and then grab some arrows. We can have all different types of arrow. So, arrow of splashing. We'll have just a normal arrow, an arrow of splashing, an arrow of regeneration, sure. I don't know what arrow of the Turtle Master is all about, but I don't think we're going to use one of those. How many of these have I got to fill? So it's 1. So there's a couple of exclusive ones here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Maybe these ones will just put arrows in, like so. And I think, can you turn these? You can. There we go. Make it look a bit more impressive. Sweet. So that's this one technically set up. This one I also want to put carpet in. Make it look a little bit nicer. Let's go with something like a light grey. I think that should look fairly decent. Whoops. I always do that. There we are. And then, yeah, villagers will come around here, and this will be where they work. Cool. Last one then. This one. Which I think is going to be an armor store. This will be where you come to buy your armor. And I think this area over here will be where the counter goes. So an armory, or an armorer, is a blast furnace. So we'll stick one of those in. I'd like to get a couple in actually, like that and like that. If it lets me, which I'm hoping it does. Counter. Let's go for something a bit darker in here, like dark oak. Put that one there, and then I'm hoping we could just go across like this. Hoping that'll work. And then the other thing I wanted to do is armor stands. So I think these will look really cool. Stood like that. And then we'll have different types of armor. What was it? Iron. Oh, it's a chest plate, isn't it? That's why. So maybe we'll put chainmail on this first one. So we got helmet, chest plate, leggings, and boots. They'll go on this middle one. Like so. We'll then put leather. Oh my god, my spelling. Leather on the left-hand one. And then we'll put something a little more expensive. The only thing I'm worried about with putting these things on the stands is people nicking them. Hopefully they don't. Maybe we'll put like just gold on this last one. It's a bit striking. Which makes me tempted to go swap the Fletcher for a weaponsmith instead. But that, I think, looks pretty good. And again, we'll put some carpet in here. I think we might go for maybe a brown. Something like this. I think that looks alright. Alrighty. And there we go. So these are just basic buildings right now. Very basic, not really fully kitted out, but they will be in the future. I'm just going to come back in here and change this one. So this is going to be a weaponsmith now, which is a grindstone. Wait, is that the weapon? Did I put the weaponsmith upstairs? I did. No, I did, didn't I? This one. Yeah, this was the weaponsmith. Okie dokie. So in that case, I want to put 2 of these in. And I want to put some weapons somewhere. Where would be a good place? I mean, up there, to be fair. Although I kind of liked that the way it was. Maybe I'll put some item frames in the gaps. And then we'll put some good weapons. That's what we got. An iron sword. And again, they're useless in the game, but we'll put a golden sword. Alright. One last thing to do then before we wrap this up. We've got these buildings. We've got 4 lecterns in there somewhere. And then we've got, I think it's 2 in each one of these. So 2, 4, 6, 8, plus the 4 there, 12. So we need 12 villagers. Now, what I would do here is go over and nab some from over there. But apparently, you have to like put them in minecarts or boats and shove them, and that's a pain. So, what I would like to do instead is just spawn some in. I'm just looking to see, where are they? Where have they all gone? Knowing my luck, they'll all be... Yep. They're all partying in my penthouse. Look, get out of my flat. I know I can't do what I wanted to do there. I was going to butcher them all, but my cat would get killed as well. So I don't want to do that. Look, these could all be working in the new area that we've just built. Painstakingly built. And instead, they're all faffing around over there. Unbelievable. Also just realised I should probably put this as a grass, or at least one here as a grass block. So that one, and then hopefully that will spread out and cover everything else. We'll also do that. And then we can start planting gardens and things. I'm also going to go and add the farmland in. I'm going to do that off camera. And I'll probably build a little farmhouse somewhere in this area. Maybe even over here, actually. So they'll come out of the farmhouse and get to work in the farms. That's not a bad idea, but I'm not going to make you guys watch that because I think you have suffered enough. So, I'm going to start wrapping up this video here. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course, you're enjoying the series so far. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes as well. That's always appreciated. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And until next time, as I unemploy these villagers so that they actually go get a job somewhere else. Hopefully they'll find one in just a second. Yeah, until next time, I will see you soon.